You know things are getting rough when even a dog walk turns into a reality check. You used to worry about rent or groceries. Now it's dog food, vet bills, and even registration fees people can't afford.
Oh, it doesn't renew until December 2nd. She literally just did a dental.
Oh, look.
Oh, she is.
That's a nice dog. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Right now, I'm walking Nala. Yesterday, she had to go to the vet here locally at a Banfield Pet Hospital in Palm Desert. I've been taking her there since 2014, and Nala's almost 13 years old. There she is right there. A little on the heavy side, but that's the reason why she's getting exercise daily, twice a day. And I also lowered her portions of food that she's getting from the raw dog food diet she's been on in about a year. So last week I had to take her to a comprehensive exam. Now I do have health insurance on her. Ever since 2014, when Banfield Pet Hospital was inside a PetSmart here in Palm Desert, I did purchase health insurance, and around that time, it was close to $50 a month, like $46 a month or so. And I've been paying ever since 2014, I've been paying that monthly. So I do get one dental per year and discounts on any surgeries, which she's had several throughout the years for different things. And discounts on meds, discounts on certain procedures, and you also get one free comprehensive every year. So right now, I did take her to a dental yesterday, came out good, had to remove a molar, so they had to do certain procedures, put her under anesthesia, had her get her nails trimmed as well. So those are things that are very, very expensive if you do not have health insurance for your pet. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Dogs nowadays, dogs, cats, and other animals, they're pretty much part of your family. So a lot of the times, many people here in the United States opt to get health insurance for their pets, especially for dogs like a Shar-Pei or any other type of dogs that are prone to be able to get sick or to have certain medical conditions. Nala's almost 13 years old. She's holding up pretty well. The only thing I have to worry about is just making sure that her weight is under control. And that's the reason why I'm walking her more lately. So I just wanted to go over how much I spent yesterday on a routine dental exam here with my 12-year-old Shar-Pei. So they did have to do the nail trimming and the full dental exam along with anesthesia. And they had to pull out a tooth. And they also had to issue me some pain medication. So I did get a discount on that. So yesterday I did end up spending $408. $408 on this vet visit. It was unexpected because this past week when I made the appointment, they said that the only thing they were going to charge me originally was just the nail trimming, which was close to $30. They did not expect to have a tooth pulled, but throughout the dental exam, that's when they found out they needed to pull a tooth. So I had to pay for that because it's very important to be able to keep track of your pet's health. And if they need it, then it needs to get done. Now, what would it cost to be able to get this procedure done without insurance? So they said that if I did not have insurance, same procedure, I'd have to pay about $1,300 out of pocket. And that's that this insurance that I have, it's actually better than the original insurance that I had. The original insurance that I had only had one dental exam per year. This one has two. That's how they're able to catch this situation. These rising costs have made it nearly impossible for the average American to be able to take good care of their pets, especially if they have multiple pets. I can only imagine how much it costs. I know that me in particular, I do have the privilege to be able to purchase the raw dog food for my dog. But if you have several pets, it can get pretty pricey to be able to get that type of food. So usually people, they end up getting kibble. I usually recommend, if you do, try to get it in bulk to be able to save some money. That stuff doesn't go bad, and it's always good to have a good reserve. Some people, they have certain brands that they abide by. Usually in the past, before I got the raw dog food for my dog, I would usually get this kibble. It's through Victor Dog Food. And I would get it through this website called Chewy, where they would do an auto ship on a monthly basis. And back in 2014, when I first acquired Nala, I was paying somewhere around $40 a bag. I believe it was a 30-pound bag. I'd get it at the local feed store. And over the years, it would go up higher and higher. Now, this is real good food. This is grain-free, and that's all I was feeding my dog. Here and there, she'd get scraps of meat, but other than that, that's all she would eat. That's the only dog food that my dog knew. But the prices went up, and I ended up getting this food from Chewy.com. And right before I switched to the raw dog food, that food ended up costing close to $90 a bag at one point. Even during COVID, during 2020, that bag of dog food that used to cost under $50 a bag was close to 90. It got really, really expensive. And in reality, there's not much of a difference in price between that and the raw dog food. And I feel like the raw dog food has been a lot better for the dog in general. But again, everything's very expensive. Vet visits are very expensive. I know several people that have spent thousands of dollars going to the vet. They don't have health insurance for the dog. And so when they have to take their dog in for a certain surgery or a certain procedure or an emergency, they end up spending hundreds of dollars just for one visit. It's not a myth, it's the truth. I've saved thousands of dollars having that insurance. So again, if you really want to save some money, you have to be able to afford the insurance, especially if you plan to have your pet throughout its entire lifetime. A lot of people, they are big advocates of rescuing dogs. My dog Nala, I did end up rescuing her from a family that could no longer take care of her. So she was 1.5 years when I got her. Now she is a full Shar-Pei, has very good genes, obviously. If you have a Shar-Pei that's living almost 13 years old and can still walk well, I think that I've done pretty well to be able to take good care of her. Some people decide to get their dogs when they're 6 months old, so to each their own. But there are a lot of pets out there in need right now. So it is recommended that if you are going to be able to get a pet, that you try to get one that's a rescue, if possible, because there's a lot of them out there that are in need right now. And a lot of people are abandoning their pets right now. It's a very sad situation what's going on. Very, very sad situation. You see them all the time. If you go into the animal shelters, there's a ton of dogs and cats that if no one decides to home them, they will be euthanized. And so walking here in the morning and in the afternoon, I also get to see a dose of reality as well. One of the things that I have noticed lately, and this is something that I noticed back in the previous recession as well, is you see a lot of cars in circulation that have expired registrations. And walking down these neighborhoods with my dog, it gives me time to reflect, gives me time to think, and I can see all the expired registrations as I'm walking down these neighborhoods. Some of these cars, they look new. Sometimes you look at these vehicles and they're probably no more than 5 years old, but yet they have an expired registration and they're parked on the street. And here in California, I don't know about other states or other jurisdictions, but here in California, if you park your car on the street and not on the driveway, there's a very good chance that within a week, you'll probably get a ticket from the local police for having an expired registration. And if you don't take care of it, what's going to end up happening is they'll eventually tow your vehicle. So I've seen that happen with people before, where they'll park their car on the street with an expired registration, and within a matter of days, they'll have a ticket for $120, $150 from local police. And unfortunately, you do have to pay that. If not, eventually, they're going to put a lien against you. And if you get a state refund in the future, that money is going to be paid either way. So those are things that I have noticed. It's getting worse. People, they cannot afford proper care of their pets. A lot of people are getting rid of them right now. Usually when recessions happen, which I really do think we are in a full-blown recession right now, you can feel it. People are just not spending money right now. There's not a lot of money in circulation. And I can see it in my own business. Business has slowed down quite a bit. But the good thing about my business is I feel like the tax preparation industry is still holding strong. And I think that I have at least a couple more years before artificial intelligence wipes out my industry. But you definitely have seen a lot of changes over these past couple months. You can only imagine if people cannot afford their registrations on their vehicles, people cannot afford proper care for their pets. Can you imagine what other things people are skipping on right now? It's just getting very, very critical out there right now. There's a lot of cutting back going on. And something has to give. I really do think we're entering an era right now where people that have money continue to have more, and people who have less continue to have even less. Now with this whole situation about people getting their EBT cut, it's going to get worse because there are a lot of families out there that really do need it. Now, there are a lot of people that do abuse the system, and I've seen it over the years. There's a lot of abuse when it comes to the EBT crowd. I know that there's certain gas stations here locally that were caught in the past taking EBT payments to be able to fill up on gas. And eventually the owners got caught, they got arrested. They went through the whole motion of investigating the situation. So there is a lot of fraud out there when it comes to this whole EBT situation. But there is a sector of people that really do need it. And there are people that really do abide by the guidelines. Nowadays, people, they're not ashamed of saying that they get government benefits. It's not like when I was a kid, if you were getting food stamps, you were ashamed of letting people know. Now, it's very common for people to boast that they are getting government assistance. Those are just shifts in cultures that I have seen in these past several years. People are no longer ashamed of it. So, and now people get this government assistance on a debit card. So when you go to the grocery store, you can't even tell who's paying with EBT and who's paying with the regular debit card. So I think that's the reason why it's becoming more normalized. Anything is possible right now. Nothing surprises me. We just play it day by day. And another thing that I wanted to mention, that I know there's a lot of people out there that they struggle to be able to pay for these vet visits. If you are a person right now that is having trouble to be able to afford that, I highly recommend that you look online or you try to find ways to be able to still take care of your pet on a budget. Obviously, not everybody has the means to be able to pay for health insurance for their pets, but there are a lot of low-cost pet care clinics out there, or different animal shelters that might provide assistance to people that are low income, that have pets, so that if you do have an emergency or if you do have something you need to take care of for your pet, you may be able to bring them in and get the work done for a fraction of the price of what you would pay if you decided to take your pet to a normal vet. Try to feed your pet the best food that you can possible. You know, if you cannot afford premium quality food, try to get the best that you can that fits well within your budget. I know that there's a lot of people that sometimes they'll delay visits. Yesterday when I was at the vet, even after I was still going to pay $400, they still wanted to upsell me more items. Tick worm prevention, flea prevention, which was going to be over $100 for a 6-month supply. And they also wanted to upsell me on some coating for the teeth that was for 6 months as well for $180. So taking your dog or cat to the vet now feels like if you're taking a car to the mechanic and they're just upselling you. Feeding your pet now feels like if you're feeding a small human as well. Things have just gotten out of control. We're almost done here with our walk. Like I said, usually I walk my dog twice a day. Right now I've been walking her 45 minutes in the morning, 40 minutes in the afternoon. On top of that, I just went to the gym right now for 45 minutes. So I've been focusing more time on myself. Now that business is slowed down right now in November and getting ready for this new tax season. We'll see what comes ahead of us here in 2026. It's going to be a very, very rocky year. And a lot of people are starting to prepare. There's a lot of uncertainty right now. I really do think that we are in the midst of an AI bubble when it comes to stocks. And there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be very hurt if they don't make the proper movements right now when it comes to their portfolios. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people that don't know what to do. They're just going to let it go. They're going to have a very, very bad day when the market eventually takes a dip. Because it will happen. It's just a matter of time. I really do think that there's a very high possibility we're in an index fund bubble as well. All of this combined is going to cause a lot of stress going forward. And we don't know when that could happen. It can happen 6 months from now. It can happen a month from now. It can happen in 2026. Could happen in 2027. But we know that this is all a ticking time bomb. It's been a very good day. Continue on with everything I got here going on. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Continue to watch my content. I have some very good videos out there. And I hope to provide you guys good videos going forward. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.